This is a love story about the bond between Angelinos and their cars. Your car has seen you cry, scream, spill piping hot coffee all over the front of your pants. It's a safe haven amidst all this traffic, which is just fine, because in this city, some of the best meals are made to be eaten on the road.
It's time, gonna make that chain reaction. That's right, don't go home tonight. It's time, gonna make that chain reaction. That's right, don't go home tonight. I want it all, and I want more.
People put their cars through a lot in LA, so they gotta treat them right. You know, they gotta keep those whips clean. This place looks like a car wash, right? That's because it is. At least until the clock strikes 6. Look at this. This is a party. You got kids dancing, blasting music. This is a total scene. But the star of this American graffiti fever dream is the spicy fried chicken. When the sun goes down, this Northridge car wash in the valley is transformed. Serving made-to-order Nashville hot chicken smothered in pickles, creamy coleslaw, and saucity sauce.
Like, I told my mom, it's like, I'm gonna go get chicken from a car wash, and she's like, yeah, you do you, honey, but just don't die.
Michaela?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
No worries.
When we started this, we didn't expect that many people to come out. I wanted to cry, but I didn't, so I looked cool.
It's okay to cry, Mike. Before opening their own place, Mike and his friends had to drive hours on the 405 to get their hands on Nashville hot chicken, which has picked up some serious steam in LA these last few years. Finally, they tapped into that LA ambition, made their own recipe, and marketed their spot on Instagram. Damn, you guys are making me hungry.
We've been waiting 3
We were
months.
like stalking the Instagram, just like looking at the pictures.
What makes us stand out is definitely our recipe, but when you throw in a few hundred people outside, you have Lamborghinis pulling up, it's just a vibe.
We have a lot of people here that are just as passionate about cars as much as they are food, so when you get love and support like this on a nightly basis, it's pretty easy to go through a bunch of chicken. I mean, we sell, more than my actual body weight.
As the head of the kitchen, George is in charge of getting that bird cooking right.
This is the love sauce. This is what we dip the tenders in. This is what gives it its love.
So what's in there, George?
It's our secret.
Love is the message. Love is the draw. Every order of chicken tenders is marinated, seasoned, breaded, and fried, then generously dipped in that, ooh, it's a secret sauce before romancing a toasted sweet Hawaiian roll. Season, fry, love, serve. But you have to be careful with what you order. Hawaiian hot chicken has 5 spice levels, and they are not messing around.
Level 1 and 2 is, your traditional chili powders. But once you get into the 3, 4, and the 5s, that's when you start messing around with ghost pepper, habanero, Carolina Reaper. Not for the faint of heart.
I think it's torture.
You have to sign a waiver.
I did try the level 5 ones. Probably worst idea of my life.
Oh, shit.
Level 5, Kilauea, is named after the volcano, so that says enough.
Well, I was in pain when it went in. I was in pain during the process, and I was in pain when it came out, so possibly the whole day.
Hawaiian Hot Chicken is a celebration of this sprawling city, bringing all kinds of people together, from drivers of exotics and just regular dailies, to do two of LA's favorite things: eat food and flex.
Waiting my whole life for this. No way I would let it slip. And with you, babe, and with you, I never felt like this.
Jesus Christ.
In this city, you gotta fortify yourself for the morning commute. You've got to get a breakfast burrito, the pride of Los Angeles and a primo car food. Unlike eating an acai bowl while driving, which requires both hands and is dangerous for everybody, a breakfast burrito is a much safer driving food. Oh, that's cute. Hey, little burrito. Mwah. There's a place in the city, actually a bunch of places, where you can get a cheese-wrapped breakfast burrito to start your morning right. You just have to know where Matt parked his car.
When I first got started, I was working at a breakfast burrito restaurant. I had about $2 grand saved up, I think, and I said, well, screw it, I'm done.
Matt here is a genuine hustler and the owner of Low Key Burritos, a pop-up food joint he runs out of his minivan.
After my second kid, I was kind of wondering, like, I need to do something with my life. I wanted to do a pop-up, and I quit my job. I told myself I'm gonna give it about 6 months, and it kind of all happened, a snowball from there.
Can I be it for you? 11, please.
Ah, there it is.
When the breakfast rush hits, Low Key Burritos can get low-key hectic.
Quickly, like faster than you've ever done it before.
But Matt handles it with grace.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you guys all hanging tight with me.
He can't help it that everyone wants a bite of this perfect burrito, stuffed with charred onions and peppers, egg, crispy taters, all snuggled under a blanket of molten cheese. Imagine the crackling texture of an egg roll, but the taste of a melted pepper jack.
There we go, baby. What is life without this?
On a good day, Matt flips, folds, seals, and serves 70 breakfast burritos in just a few hours' time.
We started getting, like, tourists, people from neighboring cities.
Really good, really country.
I just saw the commotion, so I pulled up.
This is bomb. His creativity when it comes to the food, it's something else. You see him cooking, he looks happy. It gives it a better taste. Telling you, I gotta try this, bro.
Oh man, save me a bite of that. Best part of starting early is that Matt can be home by lunch to hang with his family.
We only have this time, so it's really important to do what you want to do. And I wanted to make sure that I had time to spend with my kids and my family. Some people just like to jump all in it and go get a big fat loan or something, but that's not the way that I want to do it. It's not easy, but it's not supposed to be easy, I guess. I know I keep saying it, but thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you coming by.
That's some bullshit. My cheese crust fell.
Oh, I hate it when that happens. Now, LA isn't all cheesy burritos and hot chicken. It's a city that's constantly changing and growing. Sometimes at the expense of its communities and cultures. But George's, a 50-something-year-old Boyle Heights establishment, is working hard to keep its neighborhood happy.
That's weird. Every morning we make our patties fresh. We start with a couple 100 pounds of meat and then we roll them out.
After many changes of ownership, this former drive-thru has fallen into the right hands.
I really wanted to kind of bring this back to what I remember it being in my younger years. Just this place that people can come back to and remind themselves of those places that you'd go to as a kid.
This is not George. Meet Armando, an East LA native. A couple of years ago, he and his buddy Robert bought George's.
A lot of friends I went to high school with coming here. I had one guy coming here the other day. He's like, yo, you're working at a burger stand? I was like, yeah, I'm working at a burger stand.
Robert's being humble. He owns the burger stand. He also oversees the pastrami program here.
When I get into something, like fully submerge myself into it. Like I was into RC airplanes for a weird second and got like really deep into that, into fish tanks.
Hold up. Did he say he was in a fish tank?
There's burger stands like this all over LA. The main focal point is the pastrami's and the burgers, but the outside of the menu kind of varies around the community. And I think our menu represents Boyle Heights really well. The history of George's had a lot to do with that car culture of LA. And a lot of people from the neighborhood have been coming here since they were kids in high school.
An establishment like George's attracts all kinds of customers at all hours of the day.
The clientele is really representative of Boyle Heights. There's just a mixture of different cultures.
You know, I've seen a lot of stores come and go, man, but George's is still here. It's crazy. Like, yo, like, una hamburguesa con cheeseburger doble con pastrami.
We like to slice it to order, so it's really fresh. And then we dunk it into a beef broth au jus that we make here, give it a little flavor, heat it up.
Los Angeles is obsessed with pastrami, and Boyle Heights has been the center of the love affair ever since the turn of the last century, when thousands of westward-bound Jews arrived in the neighborhood bearing those fine shaved slivers of beef.
That's pastrami on pastrami action. What's that, Mr. Hamburger? You want me to eat you? Dude, this is off the chain, bro. Yeah, man. We got it all, huh?
Mm-hmm. Did we forget our drinks? Damn.
Some Angelinos use their cars as dining rooms, while others turn them into mobile offices.
Did you hear back from the architect about adding the additional unit on top of the garage?
Yeah, it looks like we can use 2 tandem parking.
Awesome. Okay. Sweet. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. There's a house in El Sereno that we looked at yesterday. I've never been to a busier open house in my life. It pretty much looked like a rock concert.
Aisha is a real estate agent and remodeler and knows LA neighborhoods inside and out.
Angelina Heights, it's one of the oldest neighborhoods in Los Angeles. It's just a plethora of different styles. Victorian, Art Deco.
The business is in her blood. She comes from a line of women who are property owners in Guyana.
Original finishes.
When Aisha isn't showing handsome houses and helping people make LA their home, you can find her on the road.
I'm in the car all the time. I might get supplies, walk properties, talk to lawyers, and you just never know where you're gonna be. Being able to eat on the go is just a big part of my life. What I'm always looking for is a place I can like grab something and then take it back to my car and do work and make sure my blood sugar doesn't plummet. My go-tos are triple bean pizza, the falafel sandwich from Dune. It's hard to find good vegan options, but luckily there's this new flatbread place in Glendale that is vegan and really car-friendly.
Welcome to Zhangulov Hots. They sell only one thing, a supple football-shaped flatbread with 15 kinds of minced greens and herbs.
It's a perfect vegetarian and vegan food. We didn't realize it will get so popular in all different nationalities.
They're a specialty of an Eastern European region called Republic of Artsakh, right on the Armenia-Azerbaijan border. But you can also hit up Glendale.
Zhangulov Hots, it's herbs are 12 different types, beetroot leaves, cilantro, dill, and actually a few more, but we don't like to tell everyone, sorry.
So many secret recipes in this town.
It's a family secret, we have to keep it. It's a good takeout food, it's healthy. People come like, could I get one? I'm driving, I need to go someplace.
Ooh, that looks good.
It's sort of like a handheld salad.
It's like super flavorful. A little bit of tang, easy to handle. This will definitely be a new spot to add on my route.
If you want to move closer to this place, I know an agent. Aisha. Whether you're eating in the cab or buying a burrito from a trunk, automobiles play an integral role in getting folks what they need. Delivery trucks, specifically. If you can buy it, delivery truck brought it there. Giant truck rims? Delivery. Wholesale beans? Delivery. Your daily bread? It's delivery, baby! This driver in particular is delivering Bub and Grandma's bread all throughout Los Angeles to places like Combi, where they depend on their cloud-like Japanese milk bread for their egg salad sandwiches. And Pizzeria Mozza, co-owned by carb icon Nancy Silverton, where Bub and Grandma's 3-day fermented dough gets pizzified. And Bloom and Plume Coffee, which serves avocado toast complete with spiced chickpeas, tomatoes, and radishes on thick slices of Bub's house country loaf.
I had been to a couple of restaurants, and I was like, oh my God, this bread is so good. Where is it from? And every time, they're like, is this bakery Bub and Grandma's? And I was like, whoa, I have to have Bub and Grandma's bread.
Bub and Grandma's pizza dough and 24 types of bread are all gently nurtured by their loving bakers. Like little babies. They're kneaded, fermented, swaddled, sung to sleep. There's nothing as fundamentally satisfying as fresh, warm bread. You could just curl up and give it a little cuddle.
Bread is extremely difficult, but a lot of it's just effort. Effort is the key to any of this stuff. You can figure out how to make anything at the highest levels of quality if you just work on it. The East Coast, West Coast bread thing, like people saying that there's a hard and soft water issue, it's all bullshit.
Andy runs Bub and Grandma's. He started making that good dough as a way to escape his life as an advertisement and TV writer.
I was progressively hating myself more and more for about 10 years, and I just quit and committed to baking bread every day for a year.
And that's how Bub's was born.
It became much more crazy than I anticipated, and it hasn't stopped since then.
And now that he's got half of LA depending on him to deliver the goods, he takes his hiring very seriously.
We hire the people who want to be here. Bobo coming through.
Yeah.
You know, we have this crew here who's just been with us for a really long time. When you commit to doing this job, you have to really love hustling, and it's hard to get everything done and make sure the product is consistent every day. You know, we have a dozen drivers here, like Nate. Nate's been with us for a while. He's handling the pizza dough. As soon as you remove the pizza dough from the walk-in, we don't have any refrigerated vans right now, so it's imperative that the vans get loaded quickly or else it becomes, you know, a pancake.
I've been doing this 7 months, but I do music. Oh, I'm trapped. So I guess I consider myself a singer kind of first, and I write songs.
Nate delivers the fresh bread lovingly made at Bub and Grandma's to restaurants all over LA. Nate might be the only person who doesn't stress out over LA traffic.
I mean, the stereotype of LA, it being like a nightmare to commute in and the traffic, I mean, that's all true, but when it's your job to be in the car, it like somehow changes your perception of being in it. Like, it's not a bummer. Like, I'm on the clock, you know what I mean? If I hit traffic, it's okay. I'm being paid to be in the traffic. So my delivery route today starts off with Mozza, which it's kind of the most complicated one. You park in the alley behind the restaurant, enter via back right of parking lot for Pizzeria and Osteria, so it's like 2 different spots. Pizza dough goes in the cooler and pastry kitchen. Pizzeria bread goes to Pizzeria kitchen. Hey, dog. The next spot we're going to, the notes are deliver via loading dock on Gary Street. That's my favorite kind.
For Nate, driving gives him time to sit with his thoughts, soak up all that Los Angeles has to offer.
If somebody says like, oh, I hate LA or something, I'll be like, what part, you know? Each neighborhood is so distinct. When you drive around town, you realize there's so many different experiences happening, and like all the different lives you can have is pretty wild. Hey, how's it going? All right, thank you. Thanks, man. Take it easy, have a good night. I actually really love this job. No exaggeration, it's like one of my favorite jobs I've had.
There's nothing better than the satisfaction of a job well done and the ease of a no-stress environment. Oh. Damn! Oof. That's a spicy meatball.
Oh my God. Dude, what the This is like a watch people die inside moment. All right, I'll just do a count of like what I lost, and I'll let them know. Shit. Like, it's fine. Shit.
Look, driving can become a drag. Home to work, work to home. Traffic both ways, 5 days a week. Ugh, it's exhausting. But even though the car can feel claustrophobic, it's the key to unlocking the city and finding your very own sanctuary. In downtown LA sits Hayato, a thoughtful kaiseki restaurant serving some of the most exquisite Japanese food in the city. But with only 7 seats, reservations are very hard to come by. And the takeout lunch is just as hard to get.
Traditional bento is train culture, so we made it for takeout. Always think about getting on the train and all my attention being focused on this box that I had brought with me. You know, it makes me happy.
After studying molecular biology in college, Chef Brandon's parents really wanted him to become a doctor. But Brandon realized that food could be its own kind of medicine.
Really close friend had a stroke, and I took him a bento in the hospital. He became very emotional when he was eating, and I started thinking differently about food that you could take to somebody.
Some people consider this bento a work of art.
I used to be an architect, and so I think there's something so powerful about the way Hayato does the bento. Everything's so precise and detailed. In a sense, it's kind of like the most luxurious takeout box you can have.
Well said, Johnny. On top of being an architect, MIT PhD candidate, illustrator, and comedy writer, Johnny has achieved something truly incredible. He managed to score one of these bento boxes for lunch.
The way I always get them is by signing up for the alerts, and it'll tell you if a reservation gets canceled. If you're fast enough, you can jump on it and be like, I'll be there in 15 minutes, and then you just jump in the car from wherever you are and try to make it.
It's a 2-day process. A lot of stuff has to be made multiple days ahead. Like the vegetables have to be soaked overnight in different stocks, and so cooking the vegetables, it upsets me. You know, we cook carrots. The top of the carrot, the bottom of the carrot cooks at different speeds. I mean, everything. Every one of these beans is different. Everyone's gonna say, oh, this is perfect or this is undercooked, but unless I cooked each one individually, none of us are gonna be completely satisfied. But when you're talking about a certain level of precision, I mean, that's the level we're looking for in the bento box every day.
Wow. Look at this. That's beautiful. Everything fits together so perfectly. It's so thoughtful.
Like a carefully designed mosaic, the 17 distinct items of the bento box carry a diversity of flavors. Citrusy chrysanthemum greens.
That's delicious.
Wild Mexican shrimp shinjo.
That's really good.
Look at that. That's a tender sweet potato.
Oh, wow. It's very decadent. Yeah, that's great. LA, it rewards driving around and finding the places you love for yourself here and just be present.
In Los Angeles, every turn, street, and stoplight reveals a new possibility or place to eat. This is a city where the best chicken comes from the car wash. A pastrami sandwich can take you back to your childhood, where dreams come true on the side of the road, and a single soft slice of bread can help you see the world more clearly. Your car is your freedom to do things your way.
I mean, it can be a headache. Like, I had a job once where the commute was an hour, but that commute, like, was soul-sucking. Like, the traffic was so frustrating because you're either running a little bit late for work or you just want to be home. And then I was just like clenched. You know, people aren't themselves behind the wheel. You know, you become somebody else. You like, you know, that kind of like rage takes over and you don't become human anymore. You know, parking spot's nice.